Be back again. Um, how doing? It's always nice for me to share to share a few things with my beloved people. And please, as you watch, kindly like, share, and make comments. It's good for us to interact. All right. So many things happen in Nigeria, and we are concerned about our country. We keep on speaking and talking about our country because that is what we need to do. That's what we have to do, and we just have to do it. Okay, we just have to do it. That is the thing. Um, I heard the Abuja airport was paralyzed today because of NSC. They are protesting. They said they blocked the road to the airport. So many things, but because the NSC, the guy was assaulted in Imo State and nothing was done. The people that assaulted him, nothing was done. The police didn't do anything. But anyway, that's just by the wayside. Where um, today, I have been saying um, politicians, they say in politics, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy. They always say that, okay? But for me, I believe a politician is for service, okay, to serve the people. That's what I believe in. Not like permanent friend, permanent enemies. I don't believe in enemies. Have you have to create an environment to relate with people. Yes, I will know that definitely in even Jesus Christ was crucified, despite what he did, despite all the healings and the miracles. Who killed him? It's not the same people. We definitely those people that killed him, they would have had somebody related to them that received miracles or something. You know? But all the same, that I believe we have to make things happen in Nigeria. It's good that we take Nigeria back. All right, we have to take Nigeria back. Today, I saw a video of footballer and Wike. You know, eh, I heard they are not just causes, the first cause they are very close. I think the sister of I don't know of Wike is the mother, is footballer's mother. So that means it's a family affair, man. It's a family affair. That means they are very close. Despite what is happening in the public, they will know where to settle it. Okay, and they met in church. Let me just put the video. Let's watch it. But definitely today, I'm going to people have making comments as per what Celeste said will be on the SUVs, so many things. I will play the analysis of what Arise News did. Right now, we have elections coming up in just in a few days' time in Kogi, in Bayelsa, in Imo State. I heard in Bayelsa State that the Labour Party chairman is working with the PDP um, aspirants. How true is that? I heard the guy collected 100 million bucks from the PDP guy to be working for the according to the if I have the time to play the video, I'll play the video because the guy, the aspirant on the Labour Party was in Arise TV. I watched a little bit of it. I said, how can Labour Party chairman of the state be working against the party? If it's like that, then the national executive should call that guy should call that guy to question, should call that guy to answer because a party political candidate cannot just accuse a party man like that. That means something must be funny, something must be fishy. Yeah, if it is true that Yeah, definitely in the house there are going to be bad eggs. We know if it's true that the Labour Party chairman in Bayelsa State is working for PDP, they should do something about it. Um, they should do something about it because I for now, Labour Party is a field we are seeing where the obedience can enter and play, and play the politics because without be Labour Party is a vehicle we are seeing most of the obedience will enter, and to drive home what the obedience are, what the obedience are for, what they want to do. But I know definitely some people will try to jeopardize, make the vehicle not to run. But we can, by God's grace, we will see through. We will see through. So please, 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 the Labour Party national chairman should look into it fast. The election is just less than 48 hours to go. So let's hope something is done. Then I heard in Imo State that Hope Uzodinma went to go and bribe MTN. How true is that? To bribe MTN so that their network would not be good so that they can, maneuver and rig the elections. Well, uh, let's keep. What I will say is, everybody, make sure your vote counts. Make sure when you vote, remain there, don't leave. Make sure it's counted. Make sure I pray they use the IRF to upload the results. That is a prayer. So that and don't let anybody intimidate you. Okay, stay fast. You will definitely they will not stay in Kogi State, in Bayelsa State, in Imo State. Stay there. Make sure the election is done. Make sure your vote is counted. Make sure that what we what you did comes to pass. That's what I would say. Because it's good for us to do anything and we'll make sure we do it to the end. I mean, we make sure we have a conclusive, positive outcome. All right. People are saying they don't want to oppose Udima. I'm from Imo State. I don't know how far he has done. I don't. All I know is that it's a speaker governor, and we want the best person. Okay, we want the best person. If you know it's the one armed guy, the strong man, is the guy. He's the obedient guy. He's the Labour Party parasite. So let's go ahead and do what is needful. Okay, please do what is needful. It's on Saturday. Guys, do the needful. Let's vote at all the jackass. Let's vote at all these people that are rigging the election, that they think the nation belongs to them. Let's take them out. Let's do a new thing, okay? Let's do a new thing. Let's change the system. So let me just play the video of today. I saw Wiki and Fubara. We are extending greetings. Let's play it and it's a very short video. Let's listen to what Fubara will say. All right, let's listen to him. Just one moment, please. Just one moment. Let me do it properly because it's not doing well right now. Let me do it properly. So we will see. Sorry, man. So let me do it properly. So let's watch what Fubara said because I wanted to play the video of what Fubara said. Okay, I want to, because he said Wike is his. How do they put it again? Let's just watch it anyway. Because it's something here, man. Oh, okay, yeah. So now it's good now. It's good now. So um, sorry guys for that. Okay. Let's do it again.
I
Church. Church.
I feel very honored, honestly speaking, to be in your midst today, to be the one, not really like, but let me say, as part of the head of government, the executive, to see you launch your 2023-2024 legal year is really a privilege. And I have to say that I feel very happy to be in your midst and to say that I wish you a successful legal year. It's important to say a successful legal year. For the past 1 week or more, we've been hearing the negative stories. At least for once, let us hear something that is different from the bad news. So I feel happy. And I have to say that I'm even overjoyed that my Oga is here with us. So I have to welcome you specially for coming to cheer us in this event. I wouldn't say much. I just request that everyone should continue to pray for us. It's been a trying time, but I know that this phase will pass. And the promises we made to our people that will continue to give you development upon development, we are not going to go back on that. So I want to thank you for your support and also say that, please, we need peace. Everybody should just relax. We need peace. For us to progress in the state, we can only do that in an atmosphere of peace. Please, let me thank the church for your prayer. I know that you have always been there for us. This is the time that we need more and more of this prayer. In the book of Ezra, you know the story of Zerubbabel. Liken our case to it. We have a mission to give you development. The devil will always come in, one way or the other. But the important thing is for us to identify it and push the devil out of our room and continue. I have to say this with all amount of emphasis. My Oga remains my Oga. Whatever that has happened is past. I want us to continue to pray for the peace and development of this state. Please, I'm begging, I've not sent anybody to to malign anybody. That is the truth. So I'm appealing to you, please, let's give peace a chance. Thank you, and God bless you all.
That was Fubara, the governor of state. Wiki was there with me that speech. It was in a church. So let's watch. Let's just watch and see. Okay, let's watch and see how the how it will play out. Okay, because it's politics. I mean, and they are related also. So let's just watch how it will play out. All right. For me, both of them, Wiki rig the election and Prof. Bara in. It's to the people. It's to the mandates people. The people's mandate. So let them fight it to the end. That's not really my business. Right now, um, it's the election that's going up in Kogi. Guys, in Kogi, Bayelsa, you must do your part. The accusation of what the LP candidate in Bayelsa State, what he accused the Labour Party chairman in Bayelsa State. If I have the time, I'll believe it. But before then, with what happened in with the reactions of Peter Obi's comment during the World Press Conference, what he said about the SUVs, at times I sit down and say, what is happening in Nigeria? They said a budget was taken to the House, a sovereign budget. In that budget, they had the SUVs, they had the yacht, they had the for the first lady, and now then the House of Reps came out. Some of them came out to say they've give the allocation for the yacht has been shifted to for I think for education or something like that. But I heard the yacht is already in Nigeria. So who is fooling who? I don't really know who's fooling who. Why are they lying? If you buy a yacht, say you bought it, man, or you bought it on loan or credit. It doesn't matter. Say it. Don't deceive the people. When we say like this, when we say like this, someone has said the thing has been ordered since the time of Buhari, and you put it in your supporting budget. I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. I don't really get it. I don't really get it, man. It's somehow that people if you are leading people, you are a father. So father not supposed to lie to their children. Okay. Anyway, let's the big SUVs for lawmakers. Let's check the reactions of people. I mean, let's watch Arise TV of the analysis, okay? People, some people have been coming out to attack. I mean, Daddy for the interview, he granted so many things, but we don't give in, we don't give up. Peter has said we're not the opposition. Opposition, what do you expect? You don't think they will just go and be lying down? No, no, no. Opposition is opposition. So opposition is opposition. That's how it is. That's how it plays. Okay. So, let's listen to Peter, Excellency Peter Obi on the analysis of Underline TV. Okay. Maybe I will cut it short for sure, but I don't think I can. Not that I can't. I mean, to watch it to the end. Okay. Let's watch this one now. Okay. Uh, good to go. Good to go.
The Labour Party and described the movement of the party as a revolution postponed.
This judgment amounts to a breach of confidence of Nigerians have in our judiciary. However, This end is only another beginning of our quest for vindication of hope of the common man for a better Nigeria. This year, 2023, has been quite remarkable and revealing. INEC displayed incompetence in the conduct of its statutory duties. It has one thing that has gladdened my heart in course of the struggle in the past 18 months. It is the passionate desire of our people, especially young Nigerians from across ethnic and religious divides, to construct a new and restructured Nigeria that will work for all Nigerians. The energy and dedication of Nigerian youth and obedient movement have been simply amazing. Going forward, we in Labour Party and the obedient movement are now effectively in opposition. We are glad that the nation has heard us loud and clear. We shall now expand the confines of our message of hope to the rest of the country.
Well, the presidency, in reacting to Peter Obi's press conference, stated that Obi should find another worthwhile vocation and stop casting aspersions on the integrity of the justices of the Supreme Court for affirming Tinubu as winner of the February 25th election. Bayo Ononuga, the president's special advisor on information and strategy, in a post on X, accused Peter Obi of being delusional to believe that he could have won a national election where he ran a divisive and polarizing campaign. His statement reads in part: at the press conference where he tried in vain to gaslight Nigerians with false claims and innuendos, Mr. Obi contradicted himself. Here was a beneficiary of judicial pronouncements in the past, now castigating the Supreme Court because its judgment did not go his way. He made false allegations of rigging and other electoral malpractices, yet could not produce any evidence to back up his claims at both the Court of First Instance and the Apex Court. We expected the Labour Party candidate to know that the Supreme Court or any other court does not give judgment based on public opinion and mob sentiments. Judicial pronouncements are based on evidence, precedents, and the rule of law. Obi should have congratulated President Tinubu for his victory and pledged his support in the spirit of statesmanship. But instead, he brought up extraneous matters that he thought the Apex Court should have considered to declare him the winner. In our view, the drowning Obi, just like Atiku, was merely attempting to hold onto a straw in raking up new allegations which exist only in his imagination and that of his hordes of supporters. Well, of course, you know, Rufai, Peter Obi has a lot of supporters, and they went after Bayo Ononuga on this tweet. I got a lot of reactions, people just attacking Bayo Ononuga's tweets. Some people were even saying, I mean, what sort of campaign did you guys even run? What were your messages? Let me just take one tweet. The State House should rather quit from agonizing over this World Press Conference. They should rather focus on the message and leave the messenger alone. He raised quite some pertinent issues that if the State House was sincere and people enthroned would have taken cognizance of. Issues like why we allocated such ridiculous amount of money to the office of the First Lady, an office that has no constitutional representation. But no, as always, the State House has left matters of significant prominence to start raving over the love Nigerians have for the messenger and his message. More like the opposition. Again, stop the agonizing, focus on the message. I mean, there was a word there that I couldn't use, but but that's basically what it is. Agonizing over, somebody who has a right to actually speak against what he believes in at this point.
So, I mean, Mr. Peter Obi has 100% every right to speak against, the electoral system. Yeah. And he just enunciated at this point, and he said many things there. And the reaction by Mr. Bayo Ononuga was just missing the point and unnecessary. I mean, if you're attacking him, attacking his supporters. But we can also flip the script and remind Mr. Bayo Ononuga how he started ethnic baiting
And that thing you just said is correct, because he made that mention of that.
This was Mr. Bayo Onanuga that wrote after the elections. He said this should be the last time people from a certain ethnic group that have been in Lagos for tens of years should never, I was talking to the Igbo, should never participate in the election. Mr. Bayo Onanuga said all sorts of things that were very, very bad during the election period. And when we say people that did rabble-rousing, you know, he really did a lot of it. But, you know, the elections are all over. Nigerians will try to heal from all of this. But what are the substance of the things Mr. Peter Obi talked about? He talked about the need, you know, for public opinion in society, which we cannot discountenance, which is very strong, which is germane. He also talked about, you know, the judicial system. And Mr. Bayo Onanuga saying that, yeah, the judicial system favored Mr. Peter Obi before. Yes, I mean, he made a point there as regards that. But we also sit down here and see a lot of judgments that have come out during this electoral period. You know, judgment here and there, the discrepancies, the differences and all of that. And it takes a lot to study. But we can't keep dialing and looking at the past. In moving forward, what are the things we ought to do?
Yeah.
He put forward some suggestions. He talked about things like a 5-year presidency tenure. Dr. Abati has enunciated the fact that Goodluck Jonathan has talked about it before now. Birthday boy has enunciated that fact, you know, and probably how we can truly restructure this country to make it fit for purpose. But also, I would also add, by seeing how we can go back to the National Assembly to fix those laws, those lacunas in the electoral laws that made politicians able to wriggle their way through. And really have real conversations about the reform of INEC. Are we going to adopt the Ways report fully? See, I must have to state this strongly. If it will be that it's still the president that is picking who is going to be INEC chief leading up to the next election, then we are not ready yet. The Ways report has been on for a while. It's time for us to fully implement it. This is the time for you as citizens to also call the lawmakers and say, these are the things we want you to push in the House for us as regards electoral reforms. Also, I talked about the fact that the opposition too should come up with ideas. So it's not just, opposition is not just about criticizing the government on ground, but what are your counter ideas to what they have? That's why, yes, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, talked about the office of the First Lady and all of that. That should not be the case. The 5 billion for yacht. But I am also saying, and somebody just sent me a message that I think he did criticize, but I didn't watch the full tape because I was in and out of it, that the Labour Party lawmakers too should be called out for collecting the 160 million for the cars they want to buy, because, I mean, if they say they were bringing a new idea forward. So this is the time for us to be able to effectively run our government and run our country. And we must have a boisterous and strong opposition.
Yes,
you know,
this is the time to run our government. Yeah.
They should have a think tank. They must have ideas they are putting forward. And we must have a robust political space. And please, we'd like to beg all the actors, stop ethnic baiting.
Yeah.
Please, stop ethnic baiting. Don't destroy this country. Don't set it alight.
Yeah.
Put your ideas forward robustly and let people enunciate on those ideas and debate on them.
Yeah, we must have a robust governance process at this point, you know, and that's also the rhetoric on a lot of reactions that I have seen. I'll just take this one for laughs. This is from Ben, who wrote, responding to Bayo Onanuga's tweet, he wrote, 2 questions for you, sir. What issues did you campaign on during the election process? He said selection process, apart from dancing to Kwamwan songs at campaign events loaded with unlimited gas. What have you brought upon the masses in the last 6 months, apart from hardship, pain, and suffering? Dr. Abati.
Well, first, when we discussed this subject earlier, I said, look, I didn't think the response by Mr. Bayo Onanuga was necessary, calling Peter Obi a copycat and leader of a faction of the Labour Party. That wasn't necessary. Felix Moka, the APC spokesperson, also responded. Now, volubility may be an asset in teamship, because when you are running a teamship regime, everybody wants to be heard. But volubility is not necessarily an asset in spokesmanship. There are certain things you don't react to. Now, the Supreme Court has ruled. After the Supreme Court, you can only go to God. Now, you cannot say people take part in an election, a ruling has been given by the Apex Court, and you do not allow them to put their thoughts, their own opinion on the table. So whatever Mr. Peter Obi said, it was perfectly within his right to make those claims and make those statements. Not that it will change anything, but at least he has made his feelings known. And what did he say? He said, look, the Supreme Court, didn't go by the law. And even if it went by the law, it was more interested in technicality rather than acting as a court of law and a court of policy. Okay?
Right.
Nobody can take him up on that. It is his right. And he said, look, the Supreme Court also overlooked fresh evidence that came. Yeah, he says public opinion is more important. Well, the Supreme Court said it acted within the province of the law, because the Supreme Court is not a marketplace where the mob will come and impose its own views. They will follow the law. If you disagree, well, that's the law. Only the Supreme Court can reverse itself. But his opinions are valid. So in other words, Mr. Abayo Ononuga is also saying, oh, he expected Mr. Peter Obi to congratulate President Tinubu. Well, Waziri Atiku Abubakar has not congratulated him. Mr. Peter Obi has also refused to congratulate him. It is entirely within his prerogative to make his own choice.
Absolutely.
In the matter. So abusing him for not congratulating, no, that is taking the matter too far. However, there are more substantial things that both Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Peter Obi drew attention to. What is this? Both of them are saying we should not have a single term. Atiku Abubakar recommended 6 years for the presidential position, and I guess the same logic goes for governorship. Now, Mr. Peter Obi says he prefers 5 years, so that within a space of 30 years, there will be a resolve on the part of Nigerians that all the 6 geopolitical zones should go round, so that all of us can have a sense of belonging in that presidential villa. Not that some people will take it for 8 years, then they will hand it over to another part of Nigeria for 8 years. That's a concrete issue that both Waziri Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Peter Obi have put on the table. And I made the point that this is not new. This was what President Goodluck Jonathan recommended years back. But at that time, the thing was rejected on the basis that, President Jonathan was looking for a way to do an additional 6 years. Is that an issue that we can begin to look at? That's number one. Number two, there are issues that have arisen from this whole electoral process and the various litigations with regard to sections of the Electoral Act, with regard to the Constitution. Now, the way we can move forward is to identify those particular relevant sections and begin to debate them so that the relevant bodies, the National Assembly, can amend the law accordingly. Because the job of deepening the electoral process in Nigeria is not a finished business. It's a continuing business. It is a journey. Absolutely. It's not a destination, as it were. The destination that we may only talk about will be the integrity of the process itself. Number three, Mr. Peter Obi says it's not as if anybody is going to drive him away from politics. He and the Obedients, and I like the way he identified the Obedient movement. That's, him taking ownership of the Obedient movement publicly. Yeah. And this is my first time of seeing him doing that, at a very serious occasion.
Yes.
Now, he says they are going to go into the opposition.
Yep.
Now, that's what we expect, that they will provide quality opposition, criticize government, but constructively, offer alternative ideas where necessary, and remind Nigerians that governance cannot be left only to the people who are in government. All of us will be in this matter. And this is why the media is also important. We are not opposition. We are just professionals. Finally, he was recommending a quasi-parliamentary presidential system of governance, saying that those in leadership positions must also be involved in the legislature. Now, that's like a parliamentary system. In some countries, you have a mixed system where you have presidential parliamentary. And it's not a fresh idea. Some people have also suggested that in the past. Can we also look at that? So we should focus on the ideas at this point and stop focusing on calling people a copycat, this and that. At the end of the day, Mr. Peter Obi is a citizen.
Yes.
And he has rights under the Constitution. And those rights include expressing his opinion about how Nigeria should move forward.
I love it. Both of you, well done. A great advocacy for moving Nigeria forward. We'll head over to Abia State now, where the governor of the state, Alex Oti, has commissioned major roads.
Yeah, guys, I play that to it's the reaction of some people regarding what Peter Obi did. I mean, he said do the press what press conference. There was another thing that Frank Kayode said about as per the what happened. What happened during the conference? You know, at times I look at people. These people that are hungry, they can just wake up and say anything. Was he not convicted? There's always that FKK, Fani Kayode used those some years ago on Tinubu, calling him a drug baron. He can never be on the side of Tinubu. That guy used so many insultive words on Tinubu, seriously. But now he's not the defender of his own shit. I mean, of the FX. I use the word shit of his own what he spoke against. You know, some people are just like that. They are neither here nor there. They anywhere but their face, anywhere that that would be good for them. They just, I mean, they would think that would be good for them. They cannot stand for the truth. Why not just be a man and stand for the truth? I know the way you condemned Tinubu those some years ago, how you called him names for a forger, a drug dealer, so many things. But now you're not defending him. Even Professor Keyamo, all of them. Is it wicked that said he'd rather stay in PDP that has malaria that will go to that will go to APC that has cancer? Is that working for the APC that has cancer? You know, these leaders, these politicians are just after their own. They are just after. That is why we are saying to take Nigeria back is a long war, okay? And Peter Obi is a person of saying that we can that we can really count on us, but to take Nigeria back. That is why, for me, I'm saying we don't give in, we don't give up, okay? And they said that just now, this guy was saying after Supreme Court, what SAG is God. Well, God is the ultimate, but the voice of the people, the voice of the people, the voice of the people is I mean, it's quite loud, The people they knew what they wanted and they voted, and people and some people that felt they have the power and the money, they stole the election. That's too bad. That's too bad. But Nigerians know the boys in your court, the country belongs to you. You take it back or leave it. Nigeria is now or never. We have to make it work. We have to make it work. We should not give in, not give up. So everybody out there, I will continue to say this. Please, please, please. This struggle continues. It continues. It's just the beginning. Really, I don't really expect. We should not just expect under 18 months. I mean, so to say, to just dethrone those people that have been there for years. That they have built. They have built their struggles. They have built so many things. You just expect to overthrow them like that. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a long war. I mean, if I say war, I mean, we have to be consistent. We have to stand. We have to keep on talking. We have to continue doing what we are doing. Okay, that is what I'm just trying to say. Let's continue doing what we are doing. Let's continue to talk. Let's continue to sensitize the people right from the world level in Nigeria, from the world level, sensitizing that, look, we need to make a change. Nigeria cannot just be like this. We can have a better life. We can have a better future. We can have a
And the National Peace Committee has been quoted as saying that the body is going to name those uncooperative political parties and politicians who refuse to sign peace accord. Are you not bothered that should there be violence in Bayelsa, anywhere, you could be mentioned. Somebody could just mention your name and say, well, we know where it's coming from. After all, then Radiri did not sign the peace accord. And they just use that we're talking about. Are they on your side in this struggle?
Well, first of all, this struggle is about Bayelsa State. I don't want to particularize it. Every Ijaw youth, they have graduates who have graduated for 4, 5, 10 years, no work. They send their children to schools, they are no teachers. The issues about the survival of our state is what defines this election. So I'm not going to go into this. You know that anywhere I go to, if the videos are aired, they will air them today. You will see the massive organic support. Not the one they will carry 1,000 people to campaign venues. The people they bring are more than the people in the communities. I go there and raise organic support from the people and engage them on the issues. So for me, the suffering of our people, the underdevelopment of Bayelsa, the incompetence of leadership will define these elections tomorrow. All we're asking for is that the umpire get out of the ring and be an umpire that he should be. So the other question about the peace accord. Look, let me tell you, why are they quick to talk about those who did not attend? And they have no biting authority for those who have been perpetrating the violence. All the violence in Imo State, don't they know where it's coming from? They have not said anything about those perpetrating the violence. Is that a man did not attend. I have not been violent. So far, so good in this process. I have been a peace-loving individual. The time in the IYC, like I tell you, there are disciplinary machineries that the president of the Ijaw Youth Council must activate when necessary. Aside from that, I have moved on to be commissioner twice in the state. I've moved on to the federal level, and I am not a violent person. I have been following these elections peacefully and can never be accused of perpetrating violence. The peace accord should talk about discipline for those who err, and not somebody who they did not invite. Did they invite me?
So that means you've not been able to deny those allegations that you actually went there. And I apologize that I laughed because it was a very terrible
Which one?
No, the matter of the radio station. Now, you said you people disciplined them. That means you hurt them. You took
no, but
laws in their hands.
I wrote an apology at that time to the radio station that they should not allow their medium to be used to spread false information.
But
at that time, we had a spokesman.
You went in there and you beat people up and you disrupted it.
No, excuse me now. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
We had a spokesman that had been communicating with the media. Somebody just walks to the media and starts spreading false information. You're not talking about that. Rufai, let me tell you, another thing is happening now. I am the candidate. The INEC have published my name. The government is using one woman to be parading herself in the state that she is the candidate. When the woman went to media houses, some of the houses told them that the INEC didn't publish your name, so please leave. They are using government house vehicle police to secure the woman front and back to be campaigning as Labour Party candidate in the state. That same woman is the woman who have taken them to court because they didn't pay her the money they agreed. So in that case, will a media house, knowing fully well that there's INEC, go and be publishing the name of another person when INEC, the authority, have published? So that media house is also culpable.
So Udengs, let me tell you, see, as a media house, we are open to all sides of views. And I'll tell you one thing that happened recently. There's a dispute in the IYC, and I remember somebody came to parade himself as head of the IYC. We gave him an audience. When the other person that is the substantive president, as he also made his claim, came to parade himself, and he was trying to berate and say, oh, he will have come and beat up the other person. We said, no room for that. And you also come and state your case. And he stated his case, and it was peaceful. So you have been able to confirm to us that you actually went, you caused mayhem, you took laws into your hands in that radio station. But the next question I really want to ask you is this. No, Udengs, let's move on from that. You've confirmed that.
Allow me to respond before you go.
No. So let me ask the second question before you respond.
But allow me to respond now. You know, you draw it to the conclusion. Just 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Airing that you did on Lokpobri's matter, I watched it. The Arise TV did not mention IYC president. They said Niger data analyst. And so when Lokpobri came and expressed his anger, you admonished him and he quickly apologized because he wasn't well informed before he came to that studio. In this case, they know the president. Somebody goes on air, on a radio station and say that I have bought houses in Dubai, misinforming the public, that I'm flying private jet as IYC president. misinforming the public. And even when the reporter, we were all listening, was saying, look, what you are saying is wrong, he was dragging the mic with the reporter. And I was on the road. The boys started calling me president. They hear everything that happened. Some people did that, they talk, say, no, you be president. They don't bring new president. They talk all kinds of things. They go there. When I saw that he was arguing with the reporter, when the man was correcting him, I had to institute the disciplinary measure. And I tell you that the matter was in court. Even in the court, I got up in the court to tell the judge that, look, I have been peaceful. I have been abiding to the rules and regulations. But these people, despite the court order, despite the bench warrant, they are still going ahead. And that I will institute the disciplinary measures of the IYC, which I did. And that matter died. And then I sent an apology to the radio station to say, please, next time, don't use your medium to spread false information. Always contact the spokesman or the IYC president.
So a couple of things.
So we solved that problem.
So Udengs, couple of things. The fact is you took laws into your hands. That's number one. Secondly, you do not know the facts.
That's not true. That's not true.
Hang on a minute, Udengs. Okay, you can choose to disagree.
I told you that I was in court.
No, hang on a minute. So the second thing is the fact of the initial matter I cited as IYC. You do not know the facts because I was the one that first interviewed the first guest that came before Jonathan Lokpobiri, and we did address him as the IYC president before we, now had Lokpobiri on and we settled the matter. So you don't know the facts of the matter. But Udengs, in all of this, your critics are saying that this same PDP that you're calling black today, you too, you served and enjoyed this PDP administration. Is that you did not know all these things were wrong when you were with the PDP then? Why are you trying to act like a saint today? Because you too, you are a boy, you are a child of the system. You are a son of the system. You enjoy the system. You enjoy the largesse of the land. You're a man of the system yourself.
Okay, let me explain to you. When you say largesse, it's like I was there eating money or going to this. Let me tell you, in Bayelsa, there's nothing like party. Again, Rufai, I am a young man of 47 years. Do you expect my life to be capped by a group of people? No. When I saw that they would not allow me to make progress, I went to see the former governors. I gave them drink. I knelt down. I begged them. I said, during your time, you trained us, you mentored us. It don't reach my turn. It is time for young people to take leadership in the state. But these people say, no, I want to complete my tenure. I want to do. You don't use your time. You're not going to use my time. So if the party is your own, and you will not allow me, quietly, we will meet in the field. Are we not in the field? I am not a young man that people cap my progress or my future for personal reasons. If you come to Bayelsa and look at the politics of the state, it is the time for Central to also produce governor. I have gone through leadership. If I didn't go to the PDP or did not participate in government, you would have said, this one will get experience. I participated. Show me where my name was involved in looting. That's what we should be talking about. Anyway, where I was involved in corruption. That's what we should be talking about. But to talk about...
We don't have any proof in that regard. Udengs,
yes.
Just hold on. Now, one major issue here is about the disciplinary measures of the IYC, Ijaw Youth Council, right? And I assume, of course, that Ijaw Youth Council is a lawful association. Can you tell us the sections of the Constitution of IYC, or the IYC has no constitution? If it has, what does it say in specific terms about discipline? What kind of disciplinary measures?
Well, the IYC, we're a movement. And before we had our constitution, we had our conventional laws of the IYC. And yes, our conventional laws. Under our conventional laws, you cannot disrespect the IYC president. It doesn't happen. So it won't be in my time that it will be changed. Or it will be in Lokpobiri's time that it will change. It won't change. The Ijaw youths, a lot of them belong to cult organizations. And then they forget that they were born and conceived Ijaw children. They became an adult before they joined all those their rubbish cults that they joined. They come to the IYC with the cult and come and disrespect the leadership of the organization. That you were conceived as an Ijaw child. I will not ask for it. I used to extract that loyalty to the Ijaw nation from them. You don't carry your rubbish cult and come and say because you belong to one thing, you want to come and disrespect the Ijaw Youth Council president. It does not happen. and it won't happen in my time. I
have
demonstrated that. Come to the Niger Delta. Cultism is the order of the day in our communities, in our state. They have migrated that cultism to disrespect constituted authorities, like the IYC, the community governance structures. Come and see the mess going on in Bayelsa. No IYC president will tolerate that nonsense. When you go smoke those your nonsense, you come to disrespect IYC.
And under conventional laws of the IYC, corporal punishment is allowed.
With a beat.
Which what? Corporal punishment is allowed.
With a beat. The joy youths beat.
Okay. Yes. That means okay. I get your point. It means that corporal punishment is allowed. Assault, battery.
It's like the OPC leadership. Do you expect somebody to go and disrespect the OPC president? He will be beaten up. Why should the Joy Youth Council won't become a discussion on national TV when you know the rules? Nobody will go and disrespect the Arewa president. An Arewa youth disrespecting the president, there will be measures that will be kicked in immediately, even before the authorities will understand what's going on.
So it's good you confirm to us now that you did go to the radio station and beat those people up. Udens, thank you so much, Udens,
I did not deny it. Now the matter went to court.
Okay, so
it
thank you.
Udens, it went to court and I won.
Udens, we have to go. Thank you so much. Wish you a lot of luck in your elections, all right?
Wow. I probably played that because why I played that was that of what the accusation. They accused the Labour Party chairman of the state of getting money from PDP. That's why I played that video. Anyway, guys, it's there for you. Let's do the right thing. I know in the house there could be people like that, so if it is true, you know what to do. All right, so guys, it's been a great day, and I will say thank you so much. Kindly like and share the video. And oh yeah, okay. I said today the Labour Party. I would say down. They were on rampage or strike or protest or rather at Abuja. They obstructed the flow of traffic. So I heard they wanted to enter the airport, but they could not enter the airport. So many things happened. I don't know. Let me just in a way. Let me just in a way. Anyway, it's so today the Labour workers they were protesting. At the airport they wanted to, I don't know, they stopped the traffic there. So because of the chairman was beaten up in the Imo State, but let's watch and see. So it's a very short video. Let me play it. The protest, how do we protesting today? This was the protest. It was a short video.
Greatest of the 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 greatest Nigerian workers. Yes. The peace-loving Nigerian worker. We are here again this afternoon to demonstrate our displeasure for what happened to the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, the People's President. That is the president that we know. That is the president that was elected unopposed. That is the president that when he was elected, the others was not switched off. That was the president that never had his election manipulated. That is the president that was elected by the people. That is the people's voice. On
the Senior Association National Secretary.
Wednesday last week, our president was battered. Our president was dehumanized. Our president was brutalized. And this was done by the Nigerian police, the people who ought to protect us, the people who ought to enforce the freedom and the right as enshrined in our constitution, as enshrined in the Human Rights Charter, and as enshrined in our ILO Convention. But he was the Nigerian police. They tortured him like a common criminal. This is someone who has been an advocate of the people. This is someone who has been fighting for the plight of Nigerians.
All right, let me stop.
This is someone who went to Igbo to fight for the...
All right, guys, that is how it is for today. So please, as you watch, kindly like, share the video. And right now, on four channels right now, to your channels, Facebook and Twitter. So let's make Nigeria great again. Let's do the right thing. Let's make things work, okay? All right, guys, thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Good night. We have to be consistent. We have to stand. We have to keep on talking. We have to continue doing what we are doing. Okay, that is what I'm just trying to say. Let's continue doing what we are doing. Let's continue to talk. Let's continue to sensitize the people, right from the world level in Nigeria, from the world level, sensitizing that, look, we need to make a change. Nigeria cannot just be like this. We can have a better life. We can have a better future. We can have a country that you can be proud of. Everybody can be proud of. That's what we are saying. That is what we are saying. And we can make it happen. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. Okay? So, so that is it. So, as I said before earlier, that the election for Bayelsa, Kogi, Imo State is covered this weekend. Guys, go out there, do your part, make sure your vote counts, stay behind to make sure vote. I use the IRF to upload it, make sure everything counts. I know people might say, look, they don't trust the system again, and they cannot be trusted, this and that. But go ahead and do it. As I said before, I heard Udodozima has brought the MTN to make sure that network don't work with that day. Okay, that's what you see. Then there's an allegation in Bayelsa State that the LP candidate said the state chairman is working against him. That the Labour Party chairman collected money from PDP, 100 million naira, and is working against his own party. The whole party chairman. If it's true, Joseph Bore, you have to go and sort it out. So I want to play the interview so that people wouldn't think. I just watched a little bit of it. I just watched a little bit of it. Let's play the video. I may not be able to finish this video. I may not finish it because I may not finish it, okay? But it's the interview was with Arise Television also, okay? So guys, please, as you watch, can you like, share, make comment? It's important you like, share, and make comment. It's important you do that also, okay? So let's listen to the interview. Then we can hear what he said.
To see me on this election, and they talked about peace accord. And I asked them, I said, why am I going to even be signing a peace accord when at the end of the day, actors in the same peace accord are being found wanting their neck and hands and neck deep in the crisis, bloodshed that took place, those same people are given red carpet when they visit your country. So for me, I don't attach any importance to it. If I was notified, I would have been there, but I would have heard this opinion before I got there. Yesterday, I was in Udi to campaign. Some people came and told me that it was a PDP environment that I should leave the town. And when I saw that if I engage them, I would create conflict, I said, okay, well, let me leave. Well, the second thought, I said, wait, why should I even leave? And I insisted, and eventually people came out because my parents already also have knowledge in OD. If I did not chase the governor when he went to my place, why should somebody chase me in his place? And eventually I had that engagement peacefully and left. They are promoting violence. They will give you all kinds of disposition, but they know what their people are doing. I have been very non-violent in this engagement. I was to go to Basambri. I was actually in Ogbolomabri when people said, oh, no, I shouldn't come to Basambri. I said, why? I want to be governor of Bayelsa. I will go. In any case, I don't move with policemen and all the guns and everything. So I walked in there, and I had a fruitful engagement with the leadership of the community and left. So for me, I didn't miss anything. If I was there, I would have signed, but I would have made this opinion clear.
Thanks. Please tell us more about this violence and this stockpiling of weapons, number one. Also, I want your reaction to a certain, political stakeholder that was saying during a campaign about killings of a certain political party in this election. Also, I want you to clarify that area. Is it that the Peace Committee office did not get this message across to you on time? I just want you to clarify that area. But tell us more about these arms that they're stockpiling and this violence that they're trying to mete out, so that let the world know about it.
There is a particular militant who is close to the PDP government, ex-militant, who at a point was living in government house. I got the report this morning.
What's his name?
And of course, as a former IYC president, anything that...
What's his name? What's the name
I
of that
won't mention his name for obvious reasons.
Okay.
No. I won't do that on air.
Okay.
For obvious reasons. The information came to me, the intels came to me, and this morning, I have called the security agencies. Some of them are aware of it. They are stockpiling arms to intimidate voters, to say, if you are not voting for a particular party, you will not vote here, we will kill you, we will do this. These are the things that they do. They will isolate those who are non-indigenous and say, this is our place, we will not allow you. And they use that as a means of terrorizing voters to the advantage of a particular party that they support. I have reported to the security agencies, and they are dealing with it. The issue, or I hope that they deal with it, the issue of the peace accord, I didn't get a letter. Usually they notify your party. But you see, my party chairman, just yesterday they did a press conference. After collecting 100 million naira from the governor, they started the sharing formula, started creating problems. Really? People like us, I knew from day one. I am not doing a party.
So your party chairman collected 100 million from the governor. Can you tell us more about that?
100 million naira, and said he sent 50 million naira to National, and though the National have denied it, and then the sharing of the other 50 million naira started bringing argument. They went to organize a press briefing that they have decided to support the AD. The party chairman is an appointee of the governor. Right from day one, I knew, and I had blown this alarm before, that these people are not working for me. And when I go to campaign, I tell Bayelsa people, it's only the state woman leader that goes with me. The rest have given me conditions. I should bring so amount, I should bring so. I don't have that kind of money. I didn't come here because of money. I came here because of the issues that affect my people. And so far, so good. I have been supported by my friends and my business. I'm an engineer, I practice. From there, I've been able to battle them to this point. All overtures to get me out of this race have failed. They spread all kinds of rumors. Oh, he has settled with you then. We have settled with him. He will work with us. They paid them 100 million. The argument is on. They are fighting now. The chairman has left town. I have reported to the national chairman. I have raised a publication to that effect. And they are dealing with it. For me, they are not important. They are going to be distracting me in this election if I focus on those.
So you're saying your
party... We
party...
have known them to be most...
So you're saying
any
your party...
man that starts
So you're saying the Labour Party... So you're saying the Labour Party in your state is already compromised, that the party chairman has collected 100 million and they are not working for you. I want you to talk about your reaction to the MacIver statement. They did it to Obi too in your state. Tell us more about that,
Okay,
please.
they did that to Obi.
In Bayelsa State? Tell us more about that.
Okay, I feel sad. I feel sad about the statement that was credited to Joshua MacIver. I think that sometimes emotions will make people not control the kind of rhetorics that they use. That alone have removed a lot of mileage from the support that they used to have. I'm aware that brass people have already called their deities, calling on anybody who comes to perpetrate violence to be punished by deities, for those who believe in those things. But you see, that kind of statement is not encouraged. And if we are talking about violence in this election, and you are saying I should come and sign a peace accord, if somebody makes such statements and people are not seeing practical steps taken by the authorities to apprehend such, then you are going to be leaving people to resort to self-help. Because if such statements can be made and no action taken, for me, I feel sorry for the governorship candidate who didn't do a proper consultation before he went ahead to pick the person of Joshua to be coming up in public to making such statements. You saw the statement he made with respect to his incarceration. For me, I thought that was very irresponsible for anybody to say, let alone a deputy governorship candidate. I condemned it in totality that you call for such violence when so far so good. Bayelsa elections, or not until recently, had been seemingly peaceful, apart from what happened in Kolokuma, where PDP... Yes, sir.
Obidients, you are accusing the chairman of the Labour Party in Bayelsa State of collecting a bribe of 100 million. Do you have any proof? And then two, how do you hope to win the election? Or you are just in this just for publicity purposes? If your party is not with you, how then do you hope to win? You can't be... Are you doing one-man campaign? How did you get to this point whereby members of your own party are not with you?
I have the entire ward's local government chairman with me. The state escrow right from day one. They sold Obi out now. You are not aware of the issues. And let me tell you, Uncle Ruben, look, even as Iwaju had his party people, some of them who didn't work for him, didn't even win the election. I go to the heart of the people. I go to talk to Bayelsans. The issues here are not about party. They are about the poverty in Bayelsa. I have been, in the course of this election, I have been to virtually every nook and cranny in the state. And I have seen the nakedness of neglect of government to the people. It is the people I'm talking to. They are the electorate. They are the ones that we vote. And so we're expecting all this now. If you have been following what has been happening in the Labour Party and other parties, you will see that some people stand for nothing, so they fall for anything. This 100 million thing had been coming since yesterday. It was they were blowing each other as a result of the chairman saying that they said the money na 100 million. Why you bring 50 million? He said, oh, I don't send 50 to national. I have called the national chairman and he's making a statement to that effect, and that they were going to deal with it. But those are shenanigans I don't even want to bother me in this election. This election is about Bayelsans. This election is about the survival of our people. And I have been going to the electorate. The chairman, apart from once, he followed me for campaign. He has refused to follow me, and don't bother about those people. I know them. They will sell anything for money.
Well, you know, there's also that perception that the Labour Party in Bayelsa State is working for the PDP. Maybe it's as a result of this. But, you know, let me ask you this. We had His Royal Majesty Dakolo on this same program. And he said, look, as far as he is concerned, the governor, Doyediri, you know, is doing well. But you are saying there is poverty, there is a problem. But, the chairman of the Bayelsa State Council of Traditional Rulers said very clearly on this program that the governor is not doing badly at all. So there are two different.
Uncle Abati, what are you expecting from the chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council? The king of the governor received former Governor Silva, and because he made comments about the situation in the state, the governor suspended him immediately. Are you expecting the Traditional Rulers Council chairman to come on air and say, no, the governor is not doing well? Uncle Abati, this kind of question, sometimes it make me laugh. Because look, let me tell you, those are institutions of state. Of course, you expect that they will say all those kind of things. I am talking about drinking water. I went to a gay. They gave me water to swallow, to wash my hands, to eat a bath. There was mosquito larva in the water.
Udex, concerning the water question.
Yes.
Because I also put the question to the king yesterday when he was there about the water question. And he said it's not only Oyedire's fault that there's no water. That since the state has been created, there's been no water in Bayelsa State. Why is it that it is on Oyedire this time around? That's one question. Number two, I also want you to prove to us, as regards, how you said they betrayed Obi. That's another story I'd like to hear. But also there's an allegation here for you that somebody sent. They said while you were IYC, Ijaw Youth Council chief, as you people went to a live program, radio station, to beat up One Wisdom, Ikuli, and Mike Edekwomo. Can you also react to all of that? And they said gunshots were also rang out. Okay. So just react to all of them. But the story, the proof about how they betrayed Obi, and the reaction to what the king said about water, please.
See, what is the job description of a governor? Once you are assigned the responsibility of a governor is to break the rock and bring out water. Your responsibility is to provide services that you are paid salary for. In Bayelsa, a governor does a small road that my chest is even wider than. Hey, with the work. What is your job description? What is your job? Your job is to provide water. I am not going to be looking at the past. I'm going to be dealing with the future. I'm going to process water direct from the river. Look, all those are lazy men arguments. There is a problem in the land. You came and got the position. Your responsibility is to solve the problem. And if you are not solving it, then you have no capacity. Incompetence is the order of the day in Bayelsa. The other questions you talked about, the IYC. Look, the Ijaw Youth Council, as an institution, discipline is also part of our responsibility as a leader. Certain erring members at a time were becoming unbearable. There was even a court case against them. Every day I was going to sit in the court. They will not come to court. The court will take action. They will go against the court. At a point I warned in the court. I told the judge that I'm a law-abiding citizen. I am here every day coming to court. These individuals are maligning my person everywhere and refusing to come to court. The IYC has a way of disciplining erring members. And when they went ahead to further, even when there was a court going on, I had to institute the disciplinary machinery of the IYC. And that disciplinary machinery saw to the end of that nonsense. In the IYC, once you disrespect the leader of the entire Niger Delta, Ijaw youths, there are means to discipline such individuals. And that disciplinary measure was instituted to correct erring members. There's one thing about discipline. Discipline, you correct those who you are leading.
Udex, what I'm asking you, did you go?
No, there was one more question. Make I answer the other one.
No, you answer. No worry, you go answer. Did you go inside the radio station and beat up somebody live and hurt them? Did you do it? That's what I'm asking. Is it true or false?
I did not go into the radio station. The Ijaw Youth Council's machinery for discipline did what was necessary at that time.
So they went to beat people up.
It was dealt with. If you go back, you will see that. You will see that as a president. No. Let me tell you, Rufai, as you do your work there, when I be president of the Ijaw Youth Council, I do my work. I didn't play with it. And in doing my job, when people go outside the code of conduct of the institution, then disciplinary measures will be instituted. Go and try it during the Asari time. Nobody will be talking about the way I went about it.
So beating them in the radio station was disciplinary measure. I just wanted to confirm
no,
the fact.
they were not beaten up. They were disciplined. Use the right word, please. So they were disciplined, and that's in the past.
Oh
because the matter also went
but that's also
to
assault.
court. They raised all kinds of allegations and failed. They raised allegations and they failed. They said I carried guns. At the end of the day, the police was there. They were arrested by the police and taken to the police station. So the truth is that
at the radio
it was
station,
in the process of arresting them.
Yeah, so was there any skirmish?
Yes, they were arrested.
Did you hurt them at any point? Because you said discipline. When you say discipline somebody, it also means hurt them. In our local
parlance. The Ijaw Youth Council used to have its disciplinary machineries.
Anyway, let's come back to the subject. Former president. Let's come back to the subject. Peace accord.
Yes.
In Imo State.
Yes, sir.
Some of the gubernatorial candidates did not also attend the peace accord. Okay? Well, some of them, 3 of them sent their running mates. But the National Peace Committee said, no, it's the principal that the committee would want, not to sign the accord by proxy. And the National Peace Committee has been quoted as saying that the body is going to name those uncooperative political parties and politicians who refuse to sign peace accord. Are you not bothered that should there be violence in Bayelsa anywhere, you could be mentioned. Somebody could just mention your name and say, well, we know where it's coming from. After all, then Radiri did not sign the peace accord. And they just use that we're talking about. Are they on your side in this struggle?
Well, first of all, this struggle is about Bayelsa State. I don't want to particularize it. Every Ijaw youth, they have graduates who have graduated for 4, 5, 10 years, no work. They send their children to schools, they are no teachers. The issues about the survival of our state is what defines this election. So I'm not going to go into this. You know that anywhere I go to, if the videos are aired, they will air them today.
It's Diaspora Network. It's been a beautiful day today. It's been a beautiful day today. That is what we'll be expecting. His Excellency came out today to speak. And it was really wonderful. And not just, in fact, both Excellencies, Mr. Peter Obi and his VP, they were on air today. And Nigerians, I just want you guys to have a rethink. Have a rethink. Do you want your country to be how do you want your country to be? Are you happy with what's happening right now in Nigeria? Are you satisfied? Are you impressed of what is happening? We all need to wake up. Okay, we all need to wake up. We all just need to wake up. I will play the video of the press conference of His Excellency Peter Obi. It's a long video. We'll just painfully listen to him. Then after that, I mean that he had interview with Arise TV. I will play the 2 videos. Look, it's very crystal clear right now. The ball is in our court. You don't need Peter Obi to come out to tell you what you need to do. Nigeria belongs to all of us. It belongs to you and I. Do you get it? So you don't need somebody to come and tell you what to do. You don't need it again. You have to take your country back. You have to do it. Take your country back. Take your country back. How do you want your country to be? That is the question. How do you want it to be? It's a question you have to ask yourself, and Answer for yourself. And you know, Peter Obi today, he was just so, you know, he's a peaceful guy. Peaceful guy. He wants the best for Nigeria. You can see he's a guy that, you know, from the heart, you can see, you will hear what he's saying. He speaks from the heart. He wants the best for the country. The best for the country. Anyway, they stole your votes, Nigerians. Know that they stole your votes. Your vote was stolen. Broad daylight. You guys are quiet. This nice speech with that speech, his interview with Arise TV, it has shown clearly that this is now between Nigerian people, between Nigerians, and taking that country back. It's there for you. Don't wait for Peter Obi. Don't wait for Amendati. They've done their part. They have went to court. The court has done its worst. And now the battle is between you and the forces, evil forces, evil forces. That is the truth. These people, they've been there for years. They don't want to live there. They stole your mandate and we are all quiet. They stole your mandate and we are all just down quiet, sitting down, feeling comfortable. People are dying in Nigeria. Look, I don't know how I'm going to put it right now. We all need to wake up. It's your civic duty. It's our civic duty. Everyone, both in diaspora, anywhere you are, it's our duty to defend your country, defend the Constitution, and make things right for everyone, for people, for the good of everyone. Be you from anywhere, irrespective of your religion, of your tribe. Well, this is just so annoying. It's so annoying. Let me just start by playing the conference of today from the World Conference with Obi. It taught us on so many things, so many things. I will play that. We'll come back, we'll talk a little bit. Then we now play the interview of Amendati. We'll play it. Guys, I want you to listen. Just listen carefully. Then you have to, if you'll be sleeping, you have to wake up. Nigeria is in the hands of jackals, of people that don't really care about Nigeria, about your future. We need to take it back. Man. Anyway, let's listen to him. Let's listen to Peter Obi. His Excellency Peter Obi. This is a man, I respect him. I respect him a lot. For his beliefs, for his actions, for what he's doing. I respect Peter Obi a lot. I respect him a lot. And kudos to him. Kudos to him. Kudos to Amendati. The two of them. Kudos to you guys, man. You fought the fight. And the fight continues. You said the fight continues. And the fight continues. Right now, the fight is between the voices of Nigerian people. That's the fight right now. The voices, the power is in the voice of the people. It's in the hands of the people, not just for the few political class. Man, let's play the video first, okay? Let's listen to him. Let's listen to His Excellency Peter Obi. Please, as you
Supreme Court judgment where he and Atiku Abubakar of the PDP lost. Let's listen in.
Follow us, okay?
We were taught value and admonished to always
share the video, make comments.
Choose harder rights.
What do you think?
Instead of easier wrong.
Make comment. Don't be scared.
Certain legal issues
make comment.
aside,
what do you think we need to do?
The Supreme Court exhibited a disturbing aversion to public opinion, just as they abandoned its responsibility as court of law and policy. It is therefore with great dismay that I observe that the court's decision contradicts the overwhelming evidence of election rigging, false claim of technical glitch, substantial non-compliance to the rules set by INEC itself, as well as matters of perjury, identity theft, and forgery that has been brought to light in course of this election matter. These are hefty allegations that should not have been treated with levity. More appellant, the Supreme Court's judgment willfully condoned breaches of the Constitution relative to established qualifications and parameters for candidates in presidential elections. With this counterintuitive judgment, the Supreme Court has transferred a heavy moral burden from the courtroom to our national conscience. Our young democracy is ultimately the main victim and casualty of the courtroom drama. Without equivocation, this judgment amounts to a breach of confidence of Nigerians have in our judiciary. To that extent, it is a show of unreasonable force against the very Nigerian people from whom the power of the Constitution drives. The Supreme Court's ruling may represent the state of the law in 2023, but not present demand for substantive justice. The judgment missed principles and precedents. Indeed, the rationale and premise of the Supreme Court judgment have been clearly brought to light by deep, revealing, and troubling valedictory remarks of Honorable Justice Musa Datijo Mohammed, JSC, on Friday, 27th, 2023. In disagreeing very strongly with the ruling of both the Presidential Petition Court and the Supreme Court on the outcome of the 25th February presidential election, as declared by the Independent Electoral Commission, as Democrats who believe in the rule of law, we recognize that the Supreme Court is the end stage of our quest for legal closure on this matter. As a party and candidate, Daddy and I have now exhausted all legal and constitutional remedies available to us. However, this end is only another beginning of our quest for vindication of hope of the common man for a better Nigeria. After all, sovereignty belongs to the people, if only for historical purposes. It behoves us to place our disagreement with and deep reservation about this judgment on public record. We have long been aware of how weak the national institutions have negatively affected our democracy. This year, 2023, has been quite remarkable and revealing. INEC displayed incompetence in the conduct of its statutory duties. The judiciary has largely acted in defiance of the constitutional tenets, precedents, and established ground rules. Political expediency has preceded judicial responsibility. A mechanical application of technicalities has superseded pursuit of justice and fairness. Both INEC and Supreme Court, as referees, respectively, shifted the goalposts in the middle of the game. Where the value and import of INEC and recent Supreme Court ruling ends is where our commitment to a new Nigeria begins. Our mission has been more about anchoring a new Nigeria, and it remains unchanged. It is a nation where things will work, where the country will be led from its present waste and consumption orientation to a production-driven economy. Our commitment is to a nation anchored on principles of prudent management of resources, to quickly pull millions out of multidimensional poverty, ensuring transparency and accountability in equitable distribution of opportunities, resources, privileges. In the new Nigeria, we aim to address all unmet needs by showing compassion for all those left behind by the present system. Going forward, we in Labour Party and the Obedient movement are now effectively in opposition. We are glad that the nation has heard us loud and clear. We shall now expand the confines of our message of hope to the rest of the country. We will meet the people in their places where they feel pain and answer the needs for hope. At marketplaces, motor parks, town halls, boardrooms, university and college campuses, we will carry and deliver the message of a new Nigeria. As stakeholders and elected Labour Party officials, we will remain loyal to our manifesto. We will continue to canvass good governance and focus on issues that promote national interest and unity and cohesion. We will continue to give primacy to our Constitution, rule of law, and the protection of other liberties. We will offer checks and balances and will vie robustly in forthcoming elections to elect those who share our vision of a new Nigeria. Given the present national circumstance, there is compelling need for a strong political opposition. We shall therefore remain in opposition, especially because of the policies and governance modalities that we in Labour Party campaign for, especially the issue of reducing cost of governance, moving the country from waste and consumption to production, reducing inflation, ending insecurity, promoting the rule of law, guaranteeing the responsibility to protect and stabilize our national currency are clearly not the priorities of the present administration, nor is it interested in achieving sustainable development goals. It has one thing that has gladdened my heart in course of the struggle in the past 18 months. It is the passionate desire of our people, especially young Nigerians from across ethnic and religious divides, to construct a new and restructured Nigeria that will work for all Nigerians. The goal remains the guiding light and abiding inspiration. Finally, I thank all Nigerians who believed in what is now only a revolution postponed. We deeply appreciate the unalloyed, non-partisan moral support millions of youths and ordinary Nigerians across ethnic, religious, geopolitical divides have continued to give Dati and I. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Nigerians who have supported this mission from the onset. We salute the leadership and members of Labour Party, the Obidients movement, the Obidients-A presidential campaign, Nigerians in diaspora, support groups, and all people of goodwill who worked diligently and hoped for realization of the beginning of new Nigeria in this election cycle. Nigerians who supported our cause have done so out of patriotism and their sincere conviction that our nation requires and deserves dedicated and visionary leadership who will lead Nigeria toward a brighter future. The energy and dedication of Nigerian youth and Obidients movement have been simply amazing. I appreciate and salute them. I want to assure them that this is not the end of our journey, but in fact, the beginning. Nigerians heard you. The world have taken note and will not forget easily. We shall endure, persist, until we reach our destination, because the new Nigeria is our destination. A destination is not an event. We thank in a special way our legal team. We also thank elder statesmen whose wise counsel were immeasurable. To them, we wish to state unequivocally that this judicial outcome, an obvious misinterpretation of substantial justice, has by no means foreclosed realization of a new Nigeria that is possible. On personal note, I take pride and express gratitude to those who share our vision, who have exhibited rare courage to challenge the nefarious system, the genuineness of individuals, identities, and their defining and qualifying particulars up to the highest extent allowed by law. Nigeria holds and Obidients movement have been simply amazing. I appreciate and salute them. I want to assure them that this is not the end of our journey, but in fact, the beginning. Nigerians heard you. The world have taken note and will not forget easily. We shall endure, persist, until we reach our destination, because the new Nigeria is our destination. A destination is not an event. We thank in a special way our legal team. We also thank elder statesmen whose wise counsel were immeasurable. To them, we wish to state unequivocally that this judicial outcome, an obvious misinterpretation of substantial justice, has by no means foreclosed realization of a new Nigeria that is possible. On personal note, I take pride and express gratitude to those who share our vision, who have exhibited rare courage to challenge the nefarious system, the genuineness of individuals, identities, and their defining and qualifying particulars up to the highest extent allowed by law. Nigeria holds out hope of infinite possibilities leading to a desirable greatness. I remain consistent in my belief of a possibility of a new Nigeria built on character, competence, capacity, compassion, integrity, respect for the rule of law based on justice and fairness. God bless you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Please,
that was the press conference. There'll be questions and answers also. Let's listen to the questions.
Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi addresses the international media where he criticized the Supreme Court for affirming the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner of the 2023 presidential election. He says the judgment is a breach of confidence that Nigerians have in the judiciary and an unnecessary show of force in enforcing illegality. Peter Obi says he disagrees strongly with the ruling of both the Election Petition Tribunal and the Supreme Court, even though he acknowledges that the Supreme Court ruling marks the end of a search for justice over the conduct of the 2023 presidential election. The Labour Party flag bearer also heaped criticism on INEC for failing to carry out its duties of conducting free and fair election. He, however, says his vision to unveil a new Nigeria that is productive, corruption-free, equitable and just remains intact. This, he believes, will be achieved by the Labour Party and the Obedient movement playing its role as a viable opposition party while calling for good governance, rule of law, offering checks and balances against the excesses of the present administration. Peter Obi ended his press conference by thanking all Nigerians who supported his candidacy, adding that the Supreme Court ruling only marks a revolution postponed as the struggle to build a new Nigeria continues.
That questions and answers. Well, let's just listen to the question answer. Then definitely we need to wake up really. We Nigerians, we need to wake up, take the country back. He has said it. He has done his part. He has come to that.
Well, thank you very much. Let me first.
The Supreme Court is the end for him. But now
elucidate
it's not the end. It's just the beginning.
Supplementary budget.
Let's listen to him.
Is a budget that is meant for very important national welfare need of the people that is not captured originally in budget or does not have adequate funding. I'll give you an example. Nigeria today, we've read it in the past 1 week for United Nations World Food Organization that 26.5 million Nigerians will go hungry next year. This is an issue of national importance that we can go for supplementary budget. But we have a supplementary budget where we are mentioning issues of yachts, SUVs for First Lady's office, shows to the extent that its government is totally uncaring and we're in deep problem. It shouldn't be part of that. In fact, bringing in First Lady's office, which is not in our constitution, is even more troubling. All funds meant for First Lady's office should be allocated and addressed to dealing with the girl-child issue of education, to deal with the issue of education of the girl child in Nigeria. The First Lady is there to look after the husband and work with him and everything to ensure that everything works well. So for me, the other one you asked is the issue of SUV for National Assembly. Again, I can put it in the same basket that I put the earlier one. It's very troubling. The SUVs for both houses will cost in region of, I think it's in the region of about 60 billion, if I'm right. Nigeria today, our primary health care today is collapsed. Which consequently, Nigeria now have higher infant mortality than India, a country that is 7 times our population. For you now to use funds that is higher than the fund allocated to primary health care to buy a car for 400 people, it shows height of insensitivity. And we have a way we can buy a more competitive vehicle and everything for them, even from locally made, and most of them, sorry, even in the Senate, are people who already have cars. We don't really need to buy vehicles for them because some of them are my colleagues, ex-governors and everything. Do they need new cars again? It is time we must check and show responsibility to what is happening. People, Nigerians are already scamping for food from waste bin, and we're doing this. It shouldn't be. And I can go further to give you an example of how I handled it even when I was governor. So it's not the first time. When I became governor, I found out that the justices of High Court don't have cars in Anambra State. The permanent secretaries don't have cars. And when I became governor, they ordered for me 2 bulletproof vehicles. And I said no. Collect the money back, paid it to PAN, and said supply us 60 406 cars, 18 to the justices, 18 to PANSEC, few to the commissioners that are appointed. The rest became my deputy governor and myself. Throughout my first term, everybody in Anambra said they used 406. Nobody, but it was meant for 2 bulletproof cars, the money we used to buy these cars, and nobody killed us in that 4 years. So it is time for us to use money very judiciously.
Thank you.
My name is Georgina of Radio Nigeria. Now that the Apex Court has passed the final verdict, how do we build a nation to avert these court cases in subsequent elections?
Well, as you can see, everybody have done now that all institutions are broken down. Like it's been now shown, it is now for all of us to work hard together to ensure that we save the country. Those who are in office do the right things. Those who are in opposition should ensure that the right things are done. And we will do so on our own part aggressively.
Right. Excellency, my name is Friday. I work for Channels TV. I'd like to ask you, sir, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, when he also briefed on this same topic, the Supreme Court judgment, he made some recommendations. One of the recommendations that I can remember vividly now is this recommendation for a single term of 6 years on a reputational basis, reputational presidency. What's your view on that? And I just want to take you quickly on the issue that my colleague from Daily Trust raised, the issue of cars for people in the National Assembly. It is true that your party is in opposition now, since by virtue of the judgments of the Supreme Court. But you have your members of your party who are in the Senate, like we have one of them here. We also have some of them also in the House of Representatives. They are beneficiaries of this. So, to what extent are you going to engage with them? And of course, those lawmakers at the state level, so that they will stand different from other lawmakers in these parties that seem to be doing things contrary to your vision?
Let me start with the issue of Labour Party members in the House. I've actually discussed this issue with them. Surprisingly, I can tell you, I heard that these vehicles are official cars. And I don't know, they have to use it. It's meant for official vehicle. So it's not as if it's their vehicle that is meant for official cars and everything. Because we can pay for it and say, listen, if it's your car, you return it or do something. But they said it's official cars. And that everybody is meant to do it. You're meant to use it while you're in the Senate. But you know how things work here. It's not going to be like that. But, so, what I say people is that It won't be if we were in office, nobody would have contemplated such. And that's where we want to go from. Because it is not enough to do the wrong thing and then start correcting it, but it shouldn't even be. Just like people are saying, oh, maybe the issue of yield have withdrawn, or this one, it shouldn't even be mentioned in the first place, because it touches the sensibilities of people to do that. On issue of the single tenor, we campaigned vigorously on issue of restructure and reform. So that is clear. And that would have included so many amendments to make this constitution be a workable and functional constitution that will be productive for Nigeria. Including in that would have been issue of single tenor. I thank Vice President Atiku Abubakar for his position and his commitment to ensure that things work better going forward in Nigeria. But I disagree slightly. I will go for 5-year tenure, which will go for 30 years, rotational, or 5-year tenure. And I'll still campaign for one thing. If we cannot go back to the issue of parliamentary democracy, we must have a quasi system that will allow our leaders elected, whether prime minister or president, to be able to be part of the legislation, especially to answer questions, maybe presidential question time or prime minister question time, instead of hiring surrogates and people who are not elected, who have nothing to be canvassing and telling us stories. We want to hear it from the people we elected now. And that is critical. It's very important. We cannot continue with this way where we are now, where people have outsourced leadership.
Thank you. Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. I'm my name and I report for after the general election, there were calls for you and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party to come together and unite to fight the APC government. And after the elections, people were still saying that if you had obeyed such calls, that we would have been having a different story. Do you regret not, answering those calls? And do we see you, collapsing your structure to have this kind of a thing in the future?
Thank you.
Thank you. We don't regret anything we did. We came out and campaigned on a new Nigeria. No other party did. And our position remain consistent. We're consistent on that. On a new Nigeria. A Nigeria where things will be done properly. So we're not regretting anything. We don't know who knows tomorrow. If you can predict tomorrow, I don't think you'll be here. We can't predict tomorrow, but I'm telling you where we are. Our commitment is on a new Nigeria, and we remain committed to it.
My name is Brendan, East Nigeria. You make an assumption to being a strong opposition to this ruling government. The charity begins at all. First and foremost, I know that there's crisis in Labour Party. Even the German state the crisis in Edo, from what we have read so far and what we have seen so far, how do we intend to reconciliate everybody across the country so that they can have a viable opposition?
Okay. I hope this is the last, is that the last one?
Yeah, the last one. The last one from the The last one from the air.
My addition is that since you have exhausted all the legal means to reclaim the mandate, many of your supporters, the young Nigerians, they are tired, thinking that is it going to remain like this with the way the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and the Tribunal has settled this situation. So many of them are drawing back. What advice will you give to them to reclaim that hope of a new Nigeria?
Well, thank you very much. That's what we just said. For us, it's a destination. We're committed to where we're going, and nothing will stop that. That is our commitment. And the question before that, where is the man who asked the question before that? On issue of our party. The leadership of our party is not in question. Like it is in every system, especially these are the troubling things that is happening in Nigeria, where people are trying to bring in divisions in other people's houses. The Supreme Court has said those who are leadership of our party, and is not based on judgment that is purchased or manipulated. It is based on the rule of law. That is this. This is what it is. And that will follow, and that will respect. And I assure you that in coming months, we will make the party stronger. We will build it. Those young people he's mentioned that are virtually tired and widow, we'll re-energize them. We'll make sure that they walk down the road. We'll make sure that we carry them along to our destination. We are committed to it. Labour Party, the Obidients movement, everybody will come out of this stronger, better, more committed to a new Nigeria.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. Thank you.
You've been watching a live broadcast from the nation's capital, Abuja, where the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has been speaking to the media on his reservations about the Supreme Court ruling and the state of the nation. While criticizing the ruling of the Supreme Court, he also acknowledged that welfare of the judiciary is lacking while those in power live an ostentatious lifestyle. Peter Obi, who says all institutions in the country have broken down, promised to keep pushing for a new Nigeria as an opposition figure, while calling for restructuring and a return to the party.
We carry them along to our destination. We are committed to it. Labour Party, the Obidients movement, everybody will come out of this stronger, better, more committed to a new Nigeria.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. Thank you.
You've been watching a live broadcast from the nation's capital, Abuja, where the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has been speaking to the media on his reservations about the Supreme Court ruling and the state of the nation. While criticizing the ruling of the Supreme Court, he also acknowledged that welfare of the judiciary is lacking while those in power live an ostentatious lifestyle. Peter Obi, who says all institutions in the country have broken down, promised to keep pushing for a new Nigeria as an opposition figure, while calling for restructuring and a return to the parliamentary system of government.
Yeah, and that was today's press conference. His Excellency Peter Obi, and we all heard him. Okay, on this evening, the verse, that he had a real interview with Arise TV. I love that. He says it as it is. No holding back. As it is. Look, Nigeria, the ball is in our court. The ball is in our court. We have to take it back. Nigeria is now or never. I love that song by Sono Koso. Nigeria is now or never. Whether we lose it, whether we win it, or we'll lose it forever. Whether we lose it, whether we win it, or we'll lose it forever. This is the time right now, man. Yes, Supreme Court has failed the people woefully. They used to say Supreme Court is the highest, it's the house hope of the common man. But man, it's just the frustrate the common man. That is the truth. And we are Nigerians, I don't really get it. Seriously. They are used to bearing suffering. Not for how long, man? For how long we continue to live like that? Enough is enough. We have to take Nigeria back. I will play the interview of Amendati with Arise TV this evening. He has said it that the power belongs to the people. It's now left for the people. It's now left for the people. Guys, let's help our country. Let's help our people. Let's help the people that are defenseless. We have the nation is over 200 million in population. Not just a few rascals that are doing as they are doing what they like, and it's just those in diaspora. We like diaspora. We think it's not. Most of us think it's not really our business, but man, it's our business. And those people on ground in Nigeria, we really need to sit up and we need to do something, man. People are suffering. If you don't care about people, care about your country, care about your clan, your village, you just care because it's just so. It's a pity. It's just a pity that people are just managing, living with no hope. It's I don't know. It makes me annoying. It makes it. At times when you watch that video of you see person with passion. These are people with plans of how to take out people from poverty. This government, they have no plan for you. They are thinking of buying SUV, having yachts, buying SUVs for the first lady office. That's what they are interested in. Looting and looting. And these monies are borrowed money. Some are not even borrowed. They pay on credit, hoping that they will pay with something, with crude oil in later day. It's pathetic. They are storing. They are storing. It's like they are storing debt for the children, for the future generation. Let me tell you one thing. They say the youth owes tomorrow, or the youth are the death of tomorrow. No, it's not tomorrow. The youth are the death of now. We want it now. Look, These guys have been in power. They've been there for the past four. If you look at all of them, they've been in Senate, from Senate to governor, governor to Senate. They've been there in Senate, then from there to minister. They've been there for good years. So where would the youth now enter? Now, youth is no longer for tomorrow. Youth now, the leaders of now. Youth, Nigerians, I don't know how to say it. We need to wake up. We need to wake up and change the system. Buhari and the rest, they were Minister of Petroleum when he was 20s. Governor when he was, I think, 30s. Most of this generation now from taking over affairs. What stops us? Must we be bowing to all these people? Must you be servant or a slave forever? How long are you going to live this life? That you just want to be, be dobale, just be worshiping people. This is annoying, man. It's just annoying. Let me play the video of Daddy. When you watch the video of Daddy, and if you don't have a rating, if you don't want to take your country back on your own, that means you need deliverance. I don't know who will deliver you. You need heavy, big deliverance. If you watch the video of Daddy and you still remain the same, you still be hoping for 227. That means, man, you don't care for yourself. You don't care for the life of your children. You don't care for the world you live in. You don't want to. You don't care. But that means, even if you're a beneficiary of what is happening, the corrupt system, the illegality, you have to sit down to think. Life, power comes and go. What I what will your legacy? What are you going to leave behind for your children, for the children unborn? Is it houses? Is it mansions? Still, built with. I'm not against all those stuff, man. Okay, it's nice, but built with stolen money. You should be proud that there is healthcare. You built a healthcare. You built schools for people in your village. This is what should be your pride. What you should be thinking. Okay, this is what I will do. I may have a foundation. Have scholarship, helping people. This is what to be thinking about. But some people, they just, I don't know, steal the money and they think that is just that is all that is all about. But anyway, if you watch the interview with Alex TV, Daddy, you are still um you are still saying, okay, let's wait 2027. I'm sorry for you, man. I pity for you. And those people, look, this is not about a party right now. It's not about a Labour Party. It's not about PDP or APC, PDP. No, it's about taking our country back. It's about doing the right thing. It's about having everybody have food on their table. It's about having good infrastructure. About having good education. About having good health sector. That is having good governance irrespective of who you are, from irrespective of your tribe or religion. This is what we are saying. This is what we want to. This is what we are saying. This is what we are preaching. Not having a government of irregularity. You came in there through irregularity, through rigging. Oh my God! Oh, thank God that he didn't say congratulations to him because you don't deserve it. You stole the rights of the people. You stole the rights of the people, so you don't deserve to be congratulated. And if he had done that, well, thank God he didn't do that. Thank God he didn't do that. And man, at times I sit down trying to, I just wish people really understand what is happening. This all these politicians, they don't have the interest of the people at heart. People are dying, people are suffering, school fees are hacked up, people are suffering, they are taking off, they are ordering SUVs, costing billions of naira. People are suffering, they are thinking of going on the waterways with yacht. People are suffering, they are thinking of first lady stuff, SUVs and the rest. Okay, okay. Please let me what do you think? What is the next step? Because you will listen to Peter to Dati. He has said it. Peter Obi and him, they've come to the end of the road as per Supreme Court is highest of the land. But the people has the final say. What does that mean? I'm going to play the video. We're going to watch it. After watching it, if you are still like this, you don't want to take your country back, you don't want to do the needful, it will just be it. I mean, it it's gonna be a pity. I mean, is it? That means I would say a sorry state. When you are in a sorry state, that means man, is just um pathetic. Pathetic, man. That means it's pathetic. That means when I say irredeemable, I have to use that word because I believe in possibilities. I believe anything is possible. So I won't say irredeemable, okay? But if you watch the interview of Amindati, you are still saying, I'm from here. I'm from here. So I will support this person because I'm from here. You need deliverance, big deliverance. Because man, this what you are saying. I don't care from where you come from. If you can fix the country, when you come in legally, legitimately, fix the country. I don't care where you come from, man. I don't really care. That is the truth. How people at heart, man with integrity, man with vision, man that is ready to deliver, man with selfless service. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're taking. That's what we're saying. That is why the Dirty and Peter Obi, the tag team was suit for Nigeria. Was suit for Nigeria. And I thank God for all the youth, all the obedience, how they came out to vote. Despite the threat, despite what happened, they came out. But the bar system, the system of criminality disappointed them, disappointed the youth. Now they go back to that share. Guys, we need to wake up. Don't go back to your share. You are a winner. Winners don't quit. Winners don't quit, and quitters don't win. You are a winner. Don't quit. Don't quit. Now is the time. Now is the time we take the country back. Now is the time, man. And Nigeria is blessed. We're so blessed. Really blessed, man. Blessed. Naturally, human resources abound everywhere in all sectors. So nothing can hold our country back. Nothing can stop us. Let's listen to Tati is interview with Arise TV this night after the World Press Conference. So we had the interview with with Arise TV. Okay, so let's listen to him. As I said, if you listen to him and oh God, taking our country back, making Nigeria work again. That is the thing. All right, guys, let's listen. But as you watch, please kindly share, make comments. What do you think, man? What do you think? That's what I say. What do you think? What do you think we are going to do? I'm not against anybody, man, but I believe in doing things. Have I mean, um, doing things according to how it's supposed to be constitutionally, okay? No regulation, no killings, no using of MC Romo and his cause and the rest of regulation to threaten people. We don't do that. We don't do that. Let's play this video, guys. Please, like the video, share, and make comments, all right? Let's watch. Sorry, just a moment, please.
Now, a fairly determined speech there by Peter Obi today. What was the point of it?
That the judgment eventually and ultimately from the Supreme Court stands accepted, largely because we can't do anything about it. We reject it, we disagree with it, and we cannot accept it, but it stands accepted because there is nothing we can do. That is the end of the road for Excellency Peter Obi and myself as candidates. But I think as this interview progresses, I will be able to tell you another point of view. And if I may just begin now, I'm not here to tell Nigerians that oil was discovered and we forgot about agriculture, or that there is unemployment leading to insecurity. I'm here to, for the sake of my country, say things that matter. I'm not here to regurgitate. I'm here to rescue Nigeria.
Mm. Well, let's move methodically in that regard, because before the swearing in of President Tinubu on May the 29th, I mean, to give this a bit of historical context, you were emphatic and clear and almost urgent in your call for Mr. Tinubu not to be sworn in. What were your fears and concerns? Because he's obviously been sworn in and the world hasn't come to an end, has it?
Nigeria may come to an end if the world doesn't come to an end. But very valid question. I feared for Tinubu himself, for himself, from himself. I feared for the reputation of Nigeria. You see, the international profile of global leaders has risen astronomically, to the extent that royals even discipline their own. Look at the profiles of gentlemen like Xi Jinping of China, all across the world. All of a sudden, we were faced with the dilemma of having to present to the world who our own president to be was. And I was one of those who knew that the answers were not good. The whole country would be put to shame. The last time I spoke, I nearly brought Tinubu's ambition to a screeching halt. This is evident by the events that followed immediately afterwards. One minister wrote the DSS on his company's stationery. I don't know how that is possible. And another minister, skipped ECOWAS, skipped AU, and went all the way to Washington to report me. And Nobel laureate, a very, very senior citizen, inviting me to a national debate. And I'm not that smart enough, even though my dear good friend Chimamanda acted on my behalf. And then DSS coming out a week later, under duress, of course, you could see, to do the bidding of that minister. This shows they were scared. My simple point was that no constitution or any part thereof shall be breached in order to install a president. And if that is done, that presidency will remain unconstitutional. And I remain on this point. I pointedly say he must not be sworn in. They have gone ahead to do it. It is not the first time. Out of 16 heads of state stroke presidents of Nigeria, 9 were not elected. 7 were, out of that 7, 1 still part thereof shall be breached in order to install a president. And if that is done, that presidency will remain unconstitutional. And I remain on this point. I pointedly say he must not be sworn in. They have gone ahead to do it. It is not the first time. Out of 16 heads of state stroke presidents of Nigeria, 9 were not elected. 7 were, out of that 7, 1 still remains challenged, Alhaji Tinubu. Challenged. And that is because of the constitutional breach. Now, my attitude from day one was that, based on experiences, let's forget anything electoral. I know the system deeply. My boss, Obi, knows the system deeply. Let's go for the constitutional point. Yes, of course, there is that issue of the forfeiture. There is the forgery. But the clearest one we could get was on the FCT point. Now, get that FCT point, get him not sworn in. There are at least 2 other constitutional channels while sustaining democracy that we could have followed, but they wouldn't.
Right. Well, in that regard, it must have been another aftershock for you then, because both the Election Petitions Tribunal and the Supreme Court have affirmed President Tinubu's victory. I wonder to what extent that has left you personally, politically shaken and unsure of the ground.
Point of correction.
Talking about.
Point of correction. And this is where I respectfully differ. And it is within my fundamental human rights and constitutional rights to differ. The petition court and the Supreme Court, please quote me on this, did not actually affirm the success of Tinubu's presidency. They upheld the unconstitutionality of that election. And they are happy for it to remain so. And they have the power. Nobody can do anything about it. That is why we said it is an unreasonable show of force. If there was something we could do, we would stop it. But we are law-abiding citizens. That is why I'm here sitting with you today and still complaining. I was not shaken one bit. I will never be shaken by certificate forgery, by forfeited money over narcotics. I will never be shaken by IREV switched off in the middle of the game when they saw us winning. Labour Party won 2023 presidential elections. No doubt about it. They are cheats, they are bullies, and they have taken full advantage of the situation in Nigeria. When you ask me what is the situation in Nigeria, I will go ahead and tell you some fundamental things that say why we are in this situation today. Right. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, but let me ask you this, though, yes. Because you're making the point, the points you're making, obviously, as you said, it's your right to air your sort of yes. assessment. But we are now unquestionably in the Tinubu era, and he's clearly made some bold moves since he was sworn in on May the 29th. What do you think his presidency has delivered so far?
Disaster. There is nothing bold or special about making appointments. Anybody can make appointments. Any right-thinking businessman,
I like this guy.
any public disaster can make appointments. There is nothing. People jump over you, pay money, buy appointments. Most of the appointments you see are
well, that's an allegation we can't substantiate, of course.
Anyway, what I'm saying, there is nothing about making appointments. You should be talking about the Naira has fallen down to 1,250. You should be speaking about 26 Nigerian soldiers that were killed in neighboring Niger State, something that has never happened in all Nigerian military missions throughout Africa. Nigerian military are dreaded because they are good, they are professional, yet in our backyard they kill our soldiers under Tinubu. What is bold in having your soldiers being killed? To rub it in, they followed with killing another 8 soldiers. To rub it in, villages, almost on daily basis, that is the news, everywhere in Nigeria. This man has delivered nothing and is poised to deliver nothing. Well, they have not moved an inch Nigeria from consumption and waste to production, and they will not do it. They will not stop the killings and start the healing. Well, they will not stop the stealing and start the keeping. And they will not stop slide of Nigeria, and they cannot start the climb.
Well, I mean, the international community, certainly some in the international community, would beg to differ with your assessment, because I wonder what your reaction is to the latest Fitch international ratings agency, which is hugely respected across the world, and that is the front page of this day newspaper today. Fitch has rated Nigeria's credit worthiness as stable. It's given it a B-. I mean, surely that suggests that international confidence, and it did actually say that, in the Tinubu government is growing. Well, can I just make the point? Even though, in fairness to some of the points that you're making, according to Fitch, that rating is constrained by what they described as weak governance, low non-oil revenue, security challenges, which you talked about, high inflation, low forex reserves, and weakness in the exchange rate framework. Nevertheless, for somebody who just started in office about 5-6 months ago, to have that kind of rating from...
I have a lot to say.
Yeah, go ahead. To have that kind of rating is pretty impressive, isn't it?
Charles, it would have been more productive if you listen to Nigerians on the streets. More productive if you go into the villages and find out from those whose families are abducted. Find out from average Nigerian worker when they go to buy foodstuff in the market. Not Fitch. Fitch don't know you. They don't know Nigerians. They don't know. Look, I live on statistics. I eat, I sleep statistics. So does Obi. We create statistics.
Yeah, really. But Fitch are the people who give...
Are you forgetting...
Who impress the international community to bring their investment into this country?
Are you forgetting the likes of Fitch and those rating agencies are those who were largely responsible for the 2008-9 financial crisis? But look, let's not go into those lines. Let's come back to Nigeria. All I'm telling you, you're looking the wrong way. If you want to know what's happening in Nigeria, come to us in Nigeria and don't read those statistics because they are misleading. They always speak about growth. It's not growth actually that matters, those figures that give you, because there is nothing as misleading as far as welfare is concerned as growth. The stethoscope you use in measuring the heartbeat of an elephant, for example, China, cannot be the same one you use to measure the heartbeat of a rat. Smaller countries, I won't call any country a rat. Do you understand? Leave that aside. Let's come back to Nigeria and speak about what is happening in our streets, in our villages, in our markets. These people have not done any bold step. The only bold thing they did was to shut down IREV. The only bold thing they did was to misapply force on the weak Nigerian institutions that we have. Now, ask this question. For someone that has been playing God, in quotes, for such a long time like Alhaji Tinubu, and it is time for a mortal, like maybe Obi, or somebody to put him in his right place. for someone who has wielded so much power in a country like Nigeria, where is that power in the last 6 months for them to apply in our welfare and our security? They cannot do it. They are in power for themselves, for their ego, for their wealth, for their comfort, for their own considerations, not for Nigeria. We are pained about every soul that is killed, that is abducted and killed. We are pained by every naira that is paid as ransom. And we are committed to stopping that. And stopping we will. And I'm telling you, give these people...
as a member of the opposition?
Stopping we will whenever we get the power to do this.
So between now...
let me finish. Mm-hmm. Where is the power? The same kind of power they used in getting Mahmoud Yakubu 4 a.m. to declare them against the provisions of the Constitution. Where is that power? To prop up the exchange rate of Naira, to stop the killings. They don't have it and they will not do it.
Well, you did say that you wanted to move forward because obviously we've established the fact that the election is over. You have grievances against the results, but he's been affirmed by the Supreme Court.
You said methodical. Let's now be methodical. What I want to tell you is that the big picture, we say democracy is government. Well, let me just go. Democracy is not government of the people, for the people, by the people. Democracy is government of the people who have earned their rights, for the people who can protect their constitution, by the people who can exercise civil liberties.
So given what
when they say people, what kind of people? The people who will fold their arms while their constitution is violated, then democracy is not for you. I have said it. It belongs to only those who can practice it with due respect.
So
just hold on.
Right. I was going to ask you what your assessment of the state of democracy is in Nigeria, given what you just said.
It is poor. The people have to wake up to the challenges. For a people that are ready to accept anything, then anything will happen to them. Again, in quotes. You see, a fraction of 1% difference in a political DNA of a society can spell the difference between servitude and freedom. Last year you saw it. Indian farmers sat in a location for 1 year because of one obnoxious government policy until Indian government reversed it. Before the war in Israel, Israelis were in the street for 16 weeks, counting. You can count so many other countries. Nigerians are not yet ready to do this. As I'm speaking to you, the likes of my former friend who would say it's treason, is all that, I am educating Nigerians. Rise up for your rights. No justice of Supreme Court will give you democracy.
Yeah,
you have to go out.
But they're not going to be able to reverse that.
Let me finish. They will.
I mean, they
Nigerians,
can't.
This is
constitutionally.
No. Constitution and legal, and this is where I differ. With all modesty, okay, I don't mind being alone on this, but I know I'm not breaking any law, and I have never had a criminal record.
So what are you actually calling on the people to do? I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I'm getting to that.
Sure. We're running out of time. So
I'm saying that, and again, this is instructive. I'm saying that we, the people that stood to form the Nigerian Constitution today, it is not over. For we, the people, power is that which remains standing when there is nothing to oppose it. A leader is he who remains followed when there is nobody to challenge. Authority is that which is implemented when there is nothing to stop it. They have the leaders in place now with wielding authority with political power. But power and sovereignty belongs to the Nigerian people, we the people, on whose behalf an elected government is exercising that authority. Now, where the people are dissatisfied with the rulings of their courts, they own Nigeria. Alhaji Tinubu does not own Nigeria. Peter Obi does not own Nigeria.
Yeah, but the
Nigerians on the streets own Nigeria.
But the
and
APC,
listen, I'm getting to the point.
The APC would argue that you don't own Nigeria either. That you have a portion of the electorate that voted for you.
I'm not telling you it is not over. I'm telling you it is not over. For Peter Obi and me, it is over. For we, the people, the Nigerian people, at any point in time, they can take back Nigeria. Especially where their constitution has been violated. Especially where all that the Supreme Court ended up doing was to sustain the unconstitutionality of a certain election.
Let me come in here, because between now and 2027, which is when the next presidential election is due, how do you think things will play out? And what role do you see yourself and Peter Obi and the Labour Party playing in that?
When the Nigerian people rise to defend their constitution, anything can happen. And
well,
this
that sounds quite a bit worryingly frightening.
Look, we are in a worryingly frightening situation. I told you I'm not here to repeat what you've been hearing. And I was prepared to come here. I have never had a criminal record. I love my peace. And I'm repeating that when the Nigerian people decide, Nigeria is theirs for the taking. And any fraudulently elected government, is fair game for them. Nigerian people have the right, the constitutional right. As we speak now, DSS can go and interpret. They have lawyers there. Police, IG, and everybody can go and interpret. The Nigerian people have that power. Not Obi or Atiku or anybody. Nigerian people have the power at any point in time to take their country. All they have to do, not even seek approval. They give notice.
It's interesting.
And listen. You turn away the barrel of your guns, away from the Nigerian people, and point them at the enemies of Nigeria. This country belongs to Nigerians.
Well, you've made that point.
When Nigerians decide, but if they want to practice democracy, they will take this country. It has happened before. The military decided, they took Nigeria for so long, they fixed Nigeria and handed it back. Now, whoever thinks that the Supreme Court will give democracy from any courtroom, the way it appears now is mistaken.
It's interesting.
Nigerians have to go out.
You've made that point.
Nigerians have to go out and democracy. And this is not a treasonable comment.
I
am not a careless person. I have never.
So you've thought the things you're saying through.
I thought it through very, very well. Well, this is the Constitution is made by Nigerian people. The Supreme Court is a sub of one chapter that the Nigerian people constitutionally came out that we the people, and the same constitution says that no person or groups of persons shall take over the governance of Nigeria or any part thereof except as prescribed by this constitution. And go and read the constitution of Nigeria. The serving Alhaji Tinubu Malam Shetima government breaches the Nigerian constitution.
Okay, can I come in here for a minute?
Yes.
Because you mentioned Kashim Shettima. Your brother, the spokesman of the Northern Elders Forum, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, is of course now serving as a special advisor on political matters to the Vice President Kashim Shettima, which means that he might have to help Mr. Shettima to devise a strategy for dealing with political opponents such as yourself, his brother. Does that rub you up the wrong way, given all the things you've just said about that government? Your own brother is now working for them?
Charles, I am after the government. I'm not after appointment. I am after the president and the vice president who were fraudulently elected, unconstitutionally elected. I cannot come down to speak about any appointment. He is by far my senior brother. So there's no way to say he's an adult or he has his own rights or his own life to live. Our politics are completely detached. And in fact, it is his boss I know, not him. And his boss, since you brought this question, he is not exactly a responsible gentleman. With all the things they've been doing, now you brought up this issue, I didn't want to talk about it. You see, they attempted something on my safety, on my security, and I was able to find out 10 minutes to time. And God's so kind, I was able to avoid. They tried any appointment. He is by far my senior brother. So there's no way to say he's an adult or he has his own rights or his own life to live. Our politics are completely detached. And in fact, it is his boss I know, not him. And his boss, since you brought this question, he is not exactly a responsible gentleman. With all the things they've been doing, now you brought up this issue, I didn't want to talk about it. You see, they attempted something on my safety, on my security, and I was able to find out 10 minutes to time. And God's so kind, I was able to avoid. They tried to get me into one of those yellow houses down the road, get people to come and arrest me there, and use that to rig the judgment. I became so inquisitive, and I dodged within 10 minutes, only for me to come and find out, based on strong suspicion, where it came from. And with what I see, then the strangulations in Lagos in the past, yes, they happened, and they were for a reason. The people gunned down in Borno State, it happened, and yes, it was for a reason. I think Peter Obi and myself have been lucky to have stood today to give that press conference. So the least, taking my senior brother to give him an appointment, is the least of my worries. I am not worried about any appointment.
Right. Well, let me bring in another.
If he likes, he can go and take the entire Baba Ahmeds and give them ministers. I don't mind.
Well, let me try.
I will still.
You'll still stand by the things you say.
It is an unconstitutionally
which is
Supreme
impressive
Court
that you stand firmly by your beliefs.
Yes.
But you were called fascist by the Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka because you and Peter Obi claimed you had won the election. He used those words. He accused you of trying to force a lie on the Nigerian people. How much did that broadside affect you, coming from someone with such a stature as Wole Soyinka?
Please, I respect him too much, and I have more important issues to discuss. Let's go to another question.
Right, so you don't want to talk about it?
I don't talk about
okay.
Well, come back to Shetima, and I'll talk about Shetima.
Well, let me talk about something.
A very irresponsible gentleman.
Let me talk about something that is
imminent.
imminent.
Be he the vice president or whatever that he is, I'm telling you that he has conducted himself in so many ways in these 6 months that demean the office of vice president, and I'm not happy about it, especially the way he's been treating our elder, Atiku Abubakar. For God's sake, Atiku Abubakar is getting to 80. He is by no measure of imagination Shetima's mate. How can Shetima come out and say that the Kanuris crack jokes with Fulanis, therefore he's going to retire him to Dubai or Morocco? And these are very personal issues. What kind of an irresponsible statement is that to make?
Well, I am not privy to having said that. For him,
I am,
said
and
that.
it is true.
And obviously, the vice president's office.
So what I'm saying is that leave Soyinka out.
Yeah.
Bring who matters to me, like Shetima. Bring Alhaji Tinubu. Look, even Tinubu, I have much respect for Tinubu. You heard Shawari criticizing me for me calling Tinubu uncle. I call him Uncle. I said, you saw the picture that I went to greet him in the mosque, and they said that I went to plead. No, it's just respect. But the fact that I respect his age doesn't mean that I will not call him a drug dealer.
Yeah, well,
or a certificate forger.
Well, I don't think you should call him those things.
I will,
unless you have
I will. That is why I said do not
evidence
swear him in.
Yeah,
the evidence is there.
Yeah, but can I just make the point that on Arise News, they have a right to reply to the things that you said.
One of them will come tomorrow.
And we're giving them that.
One of them will come tomorrow. Let them come
and say that. We're giving them that right.
Let them come and say that he didn't forfeit $460,000.
Well,
let them come and say that the
I want to tackle you. I want to bring up issues, and I don't mean to interrupt you. My apologies, but I want to deal with issues because we've got about 5 minutes or so left. I want to deal with issues that are upcoming because you did say at the outset you wanted to move forward. Off-season elections are, of course, due on November the 11th in 3 states, Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo. The Inspector General of Police has just redeployed the Commissioner of Police.
That's not my line. Leave
in
it.
Imo.
I don't have any answer for you. That's not my line.
Right, because I was going to ask you, is it, I mean, we saw, for example, to assess the chances of the Labour Party there.
That's not my line. Come back to the substance of democracy, of what the Fourth Republic has done. You know, we all have our specialities in this game that we do. I don't know about those elections.
Yeah, but you're the vice presidential candidate of the party.
Not that
and the more your party gains political traction,
speak to me on
the more it is good for you.
I know, speak to me where I have strength on. That one is for the party chairman and His Excellency, my boss, Peter Obi. They can handle that, but come back to the issue of constitutional breach. Come back to the issue of the rights of the Nigerian people. Come back to the fact that I keep telling you, it is not over. If the Nigerian people decide to rise, they will reclaim Nigeria. The Europeans came, there was no constitution, and they had power. They colonized Africa. So power is when you have the power to do and nobody can say. Now, Nigerians can take this power because their constitution has been breached.
Right.
That constitution is there.
So
they had faith. Right. Nigerians had faith.
I think you've made that point over and over again.
Right.
We've got about 3 minutes left.
Yes.
What is your next move?
Wow. Wow. That was the interview today. I was expecting it to, that was just about 2 minutes to the end anyway. So, I mean, it was a full video. You can see it was a really full video, man. Look, you've watched this video. You've listened to what His Excellency said. Peter Obi said during the world conference. I listened to that here, what he said. We have to take our country back. It's plain and clear. You don't need to hear any other thing again. You don't need a soothsayer again. You don't need an interpreter again. Even if you don't hear, say you are deaf, you don't hear. This one, definitely you will hear it. The power belongs to the people. The people have to take it back. The people got to take it back. Look, man, he has spit it out. He has said it all. I don't know what you guys want to hear again. We should not condone irregularity. For how long should we be living like that? We should not condone illegality. Nigeria is blessed. Nigeria is blessed. Nigeria is blessed. He has said it. No censorship. He has said it plain and clear. Supreme Court has failed the people. Number one, INEC failed the people. From there, Supreme Court failed the people. Now, Nigeria, the power belongs to you. The people owns the power. They have the right to take anything back they want to take back. That's what I have to say. You've heard me. I will make this rebroadcast again. I'm going to do it, this rebroadcast. I want it to sink to everybody's ear. First of all, I played the President Obi's press conference. The press conference, you heard it, what he said. After that, I played Dati. Dati, you heard what he said. Nigerians are used to bearing, suffering, complaining in silence. Complain out. Complain out. Stop complaining inside. Stop killing yourself. Stop. People are jumping to the lagoon. People are hurting themselves. People are suffering. School fees are being hiked. And meanwhile, the salary is the same. The jobs for people, they are silent. People are stealing money. They are buying SUV. They are talking of yacht. They are talking of first lady SUVs. They are talking of of senators and reps having SUVs for what? Yes, they say it's official car. Look, we have to fix the people first. The people are suffering. Healthcare is poor. Education. Oh, I saw a video. Oh God. Public school. Public school. No roof, nothing. I never really know it's been like this, really. That that was a school, one of the best schools in that one of the best schools in that state. Last time they told me that the school they don't have teachers. I think they said they had just few teachers. I said, "Are you serious?" Class one, those days class one. That time, okay, they have class one to class five. Now before the JSS stuff and SS stuff, we used to have maybe one to E or to F, then two to E or F. We class different teachers. Now they don't have that. One guy will be teaching physics, teaching chemistry, teaching mathematics. I said, are you serious? I was just thinking, I said, this can't be true. And this is one of the schools one of the best schools there. So I don't wonder those other schools, what would be right now the outcome right now? I just wonder now. And this is what they don't care. This is that they don't care. They allow the private institution to take over everywhere. I'm not against that, man, which is very good to supplement their education. But the school fees for the people that don't have the money, how can they pay it? Look, guys, defend your constitution. The voice of the people is the highest constitution. It surpassed the court, the Supreme Court. If the country is doing well, it depends on you. If the country is doing bad, it depends on you. Stop blaming the politicians because you have the power to change what you want to change. Enough is enough. You have the power to change what you want to change. Enough is enough. All those in diaspora, those obedient, please, now is the time. If you don't give up, if you don't lose hope, the battle has just begun. We heard Excellence Peter Obi saying that the battle has just begun. This is just about 18 months. The battle has been just about 18 months. And we've done excellently well. Kudos to everyone, but we should not give up. We should not give up. That is the slogan right now, taking our country back, making Nigeria work again. The voice of the people must be heard. It must be heard. And it will be heard. It will be heard. Well, let me say one thing. What we are doing is not personal thing. It's not for personal interest. I don't know Peter Obi. I don't know anybody in the Labour Party. I don't care to. I don't want to know those people. I don't really. For me, I don't belong to any of. I don't. I don't know. What was? It's not for personal interest. Don't know that somebody will say tomorrow. No, we want the goodness of our country. We want our country to prosper. We want the people to. We want the best for our country. That's what we are. That's what we are. That's what we are doing. Is we have people on Twitter talking, speaking. They just want the best. They want people to know the truth. They want people that are suffering to come out of that poverty, out of that slavery, out of that bondage. They should not, they should stop worshiping people. They should respect, they should come out of that share. They should be themselves. You have something inside you, something God has deposited inside of you to make you great. Bring it out. Stop begging all these politicians. Bring it out. You can be the senator. You can be the House of Rep. You can be the House of Assembly. You can be the councillor. You can be the chairman. You can be the governor. You can be the president. You can do it, man. Don't think you don't have the resources. Everything is inside of you. Everything is inside of you. Just you also to do, just break it out. Believe it. Just believe. You can make it happen. Break out that fire in you, man. Change situation. Change things. Change the country. Change things. Change the system around you. You've suffered for too long. Come on. You suffer for too long. You suffer for too long. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. According to that senator, you don't be lying. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. So just talk. Talk. Quiet, you are dying, you are killing yourself, jump into the lagoon. That Nigeria is so funny. It's so funny. Okay, now, last time in Enugu State, the court declared that Peter Umba had no case to answer, that is free, no shaking, all the petition against him. I mean, he holds no water. NYC came out to say that what the guy presented is forged. It's not from the they came out to say it, to give the evidence that thing did not cause. It's not from them that the guy forged it. Today, the court has ruled. Oh God, Nigeria is a comedy. Nigeria, court has ruled that court has disagreed that what NYC said. They disagree with them. They have authenticated the certificate Pitamba presented. They said it's correct, that it's not forged, that they said it's authentic. Not just only that, they awarded I think, how much was it? I think 5 million naira in damages to Umba, and the NYC should pay it. for them to say that the certificate was not from them. Is Nigeria not a funny country? Judiciary is not a funny country. I mean, judiciary is not a funny establishment. I produce this now, this phone. Somebody said, I produce iPhone. Somebody brought an iPhone. They called me. I said, this iPhone you brought is not from me. I didn't do this iPhone. Then you, the judge, that said that I'm lying. That I am lying. I should pay fine for saying that thing was forged. It's me that it's from my office. It's me that I own it. I see this one. It's not. I did not do this iPhone. This I know my iPhone. I do. You are saying I'm lying. Nigeria, God help Nigeria, man. God help Nigeria. Nigeria, God help Nigeria. I don't know what to say, but the power is in our hand, guys. You out there, take your country back. Take your country back. I mean, that has said it all. He has said it. Judiciary have failed. INEC has failed. Now, Nigerians, don't fail yourself. Don't fail your children. Don't fail the people yet unborn. You have to take your country back. A word is enough for the wise. With this, I'll call it a day. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Definitely, I will make a broadcast of this. I want you to like, share, make comments. What do we do next? What is the next step? What do we do next? We have to take our country back. They have said it all. They have come to the climax. Supreme Court has ruled. We don't trust. They failed. They have failed. They have failed. But the power belongs to the people. It's in the Constitution. The power belongs to the people. What are you going to do? What? Make your comment, okay? I want to see comments. I want to see comments before tomorrow evening. I want to see a lot of comments. What are we going to do? What do you think you can do? That is it. Make the comments and let's make it work. We have to make it work. All right? All right, guys. I will go right now. So that's it for today. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.